Hi everyone, this is a game played on defending the homeland. We'll get it started really fast. This is myself playing location 1, and my teammate, this is Toe, one of my best friends on TeamSpeak. I really like this guy, enjoy playing games with him. He is playing on location 4. He also made the map, so keep that in mind. Or keep in mind that Toe is always playing better games on his maps, I guess you could say. Maybe he'll get mad at me for saying that, but Toe put so much work into these maps. I just want to take this moment to give some recognition to him. He plays every location multiple times, perhaps 10 times on every location, just by himself, single player, testing each location out, trying to find every detail in the location, what it needs and how it feels. So it's for these reasons that Toe's maps are usually of extremely high quality, and though not all of them become popular, they all show very high amounts of quality in the actual building parts of the map. Fighting is usually where Toe's maps become a little worse, because you can't really tell how the fighting will go unless you actually play with other people. And actually, after this game, Toe did some edits to the map to make the fighting a little bit more balanced, a little less campy on this map. So Toe puts so much work into his maps, and it's because he tests these locations so much, and because he's testing these locations so much, he naturally plays better on his map. So keep that in mind when you're watching this game. And this is Tibi, very nice player from Hungary. Actually, this is a really nice guy. In fact, it seems like all players from Hungary are really nice. Bensei, Thunder, Tibi, all really nice guys. I like these guys. Tibi is a somewhat new face around TeamSpeak, as far as I'm concerned anyway. Didn't recognize his name till a couple of weeks ago. But he's actually a really good builder. He's always having really nice peacetime armies, sometimes lacking recruits, and his late game and fighting skills really need to mature a little bit before he's an extremely elite player. But for now, he's one of the best builders, at least in some of his games. So that's it. We're playing left versus right. Our opponents, this is Weekend, another decent builder. He does have some screw-up games, and his fighting skills are definitely lacking. He's getting caught in really bad ways, but he spams like crazy. He's one of these guys who just knows how to manage his base after peacetime and produce massive amounts of soldiers. Also, really nice guy from Germany. Weekend's a nice guy. He's playing with this name. I don't know how to say this. I'm not even going to try, so I'm just going to call him by his more traditional name, Weekend. This is Artie. Nice guy from the Netherlands. He's perhaps a little zealous in some of his games. He's really tries really hard. He did make some nice builds and gets pretty disappointed when he performs poorly. A lot like myself, really take it personally when you don't do well. And I can't speak exactly for how Artie feels, because I'm not him, of course, but if it's anything like myself, I get really down when I play poorly, and Artie's had an unfortunate number of games lately where he's just missing some dynamic element. And right before this game, he told me something he was missing, and or he thought he was missing, and in this game he actually performs really well, and you'll see his peacetime army in a bit. So considering it's his first time ever playing this location, most people screw up really hard on this. This is location 3, by the way, and you can see lots of sand and awkward figuring out where to put your farms, especially when you want to put them in this nice aligned way like he has here. But you just run out of space because there's so much sand, and trees are awkward here as well. You have to build awkwardly up through here and whatnot, but we'll see how he performs. Only really nice thing about this location is this central iron here. It's so close, and inside your base, it's no problem getting iron production over here. The best location on the map, in my opinion, very strong late game with 5 iron mines and really nice coal. This large bed of coal here that just doesn't run out. Lots of space for farms. Location 2, this is Koczis, and Koczis is a monster builder, one of the best. His fighting skills are decent and competent, but I don't know what's missing. But Koczis is one of the best, and you'll see exactly what I mean in this game, as he performs rather well. And 6-player maps, I always have this problem. I run out of things to say, and peacetime's not even halfway over. Um, I really like this 6 farms by 30 minutes. I have it myself too, actually. I think I have 7 farms. No, I'm working on my 7th. And iron production going rather well already as well. I call this American Iron Style, as I believe I'm the first one on TeamSpeak to really start doing it. And that's when, and I'm from America, by the way. I think most of the viewers know this by now, but anyway, that's just kind of all beside the point. What I like to do here is go one armor smithy, then a weapon smithy, producing swords, and obviously I'll have way too many swords, but then I'll build 2 additional armor smithies to help catch up. And ideally, you'll get around 40 swords at peacetime if you get it started soon enough. The hard thing about doing it this way is you'll have you need lots of iron early on, and that's why you have to build 2 iron smithies quickly. The reason for that is because the weapon smithy works so fast. Armor smithies are a little bit slower, so for that reason, you need more iron since, you know, he's working a little quicker. But on this location, it's definitely possible since it's so easy to get many farms up and iron up quickly. So American Iron Style is definitely possible here. And here you can see the 3rd armor smithy going up at around 45 minutes. This fisherman, I want to point out, Toe says he doesn't see many people do this, and it's really important that you do it. This fisherman is able to take fish from both this lake and this one, and building your fisherman in such a way is it's a nice way to keep him working longer, and you won't have to make as many fishermen. And I find it interesting that Koczis has about 100 fish on this location, but doesn't seem to have any fishermen yet. Yeah, 0 fishermen. Which is interesting. And he already deleted a stonemason, which is strange. Why would he do that? I don't know. Deleting a stonemason at 40 minutes, like, why even make it? See, this fisherman right here is not a good placement. Although, I don't know, maybe he'll take fish from here and here. I don't know, I don't think so. But I think the best place to put a fisherman is here. And then if you put another fisherman about right here, he'll take fish from here, here, and here. And that's 60 fish, so you can even put one fisherman here and another here. Or just put one here and then another up here, so you know, I mean, whatever you want to do. But if you put one fisherman here, the point of the story is he'll be taking fish from 3 ponds. And this guy right here, same story. You put him here, he'll take fish from this part of the lake and this part. And so that's something you always want to consider when you're making your fisherman. Over here, most players realize this, I think, but if you put a fisherman here, he'll take them from this side of the ocean and this side. They are separated by this right here. If you put a fisherman here, he'll take fish from here and here. And that's something, it's a true story on all the locations, here and here. This water is also separated. There's fish here and here. But it's not quite necessary since most people will have an easier time putting a fisherman here. But anyway, I digress, going on and on about fish for 10 minutes. But anyway, if you learn something in each shoutcast, that's always nice. Oh, Toe has a nice amount of militia. He doesn't have a stable though, and that's really killer in these small maps. Excuse me. I should say large. This is 3v3, so for an 8-player map, this obviously would be really small. But in left versus right like this, you're fighting down here, and it's really nice to have some horse so you can go up here and defend your ally if ever needed. And you'll see that later on in the game. I am going to skip to peacetime. Okay. We'll quickly go through players' barracks. And you can see here we go, almost 40 swords for myself. Lacking recruits majorly though. So the American Iron Style did balance out nicely. And Koczis has little lacking in the iron, but plenty of horse, but 60 leather, which is really nice. Really nice. Only 3 iron mines, which is strange. He should have 4. 3 iron mines will definitely not keep up with 3 iron smithies. You really want to make 4 whenever you can. But anyway, this is monster performance from Koczis, I believe, with only 7 farms. Okay, he does have 8. I can't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're up here. But these guys aren't even planting yet, or cutting yet. So, I mean, with only 6 farms, he's able to produce 60 leather and 11 horses, which is just an incredible performance. This location here is so powerful. You can see with this iron in the way here, it's really impossible to attack location 6 from this direction. And when you're attacking from here, I mean, you see this wide open area here, and he doesn't even have towers here. It looks like an ideal place to attack, but with location 3 here, so close to send reinforcements in, and for the most part, you're not going to have vision in here because there are towers in the way, so... And if you're inside this base, chances are the game's over already anyway, so it's really hard to attack from here, and I want you to keep that in mind as you watch the game. See, Koczis is having a hard time using all his leather armor. He uses so much of it. I think it's really time for him to put in a third gold smelter, just because he's not going to be able to use all these weapons without a market or some way to get more gold chests. You can see knights moving to the top. I am able to see that, or I did see weekends knights up here, so I step back a little bit. And there they are again. So I see all them moving for me, and I quickly move back, and then tell Toe and Tibi to push on bottom to distract some soldiers here. And this is where teamwork and communication is extremely important. As soon as they push here, these guys start retreating, and I need to respond ASAP. And I move my entire army south. Weekend responding and getting it just in time with his knights, and then Artie and Koczis are here at the same time. I am a little behind. You can see my swords up here, they're just way too far away. My bows are getting close though. Artie putting knights on pike, it's never a good idea. It's just too expensive, and he is able to repel them somewhat though, just because there's so many bows. And you can see many knights here just completely pushed back, but I am here in time. With about 50 swords and knights together, and about 40 to 50 bowmen. Goodness, Toe has so much leather, it's not easy. And I'm not exactly sure what these knights are doing. I moved my bows out of the way here just so I can get my swords through. That's the reason I did that. And then Toe and Tibi come here just in time to help me out. And it's enough. Tibi's knights here. And you can see the flanking. It's really helping me keeping with this flanking done and reinforcements from myself actually intercepting those from Koczis. But thanks to Tibi and Toe helping me out, very good teamwork from them. I'm able to sneak in, or I'm able to win on top and thus be able to flank on bottom. It's just perfect execution from our side so far. And actually pretty good execution from the other team as well. For example, Weekend coming back down and being just in time with his knights, but we were just a little bit stronger and a little bit faster and able to come on top of that one. Toe a little zealous with his militia, throwing them away really. Toe is really getting outshot there. But pushed against a mountain, they can't go for any further back, so they have no choice but to stand and shoot, and they're just getting outshot. There's just too many bows for me here. And at this point here, it would be a good idea to attack Weekend, but it's so hard. We don't have good vision here. And they're doing a good job keeping us out. And here is the first mistake made by our side. We were flawless so far until this movement right here. I'm trying to push Koczis back to give us some room to attack here, but I get carried away and pushed too far. And you can see the consequences pretty soon. I'm getting nice kills. I get a good catch here. And I just clean this melee up. But at that point, I should have turned around. And now Tibi and Toe are just on their own. As I'm fighting Koczis up here, Tibi and Toe are just... It's 2 versus 2 for them, but the enemy barracks are much closer to bringing reinforcements. And I don't do a good job fighting up here in the first place. I lose all my melee. Tibi has to bring his knights back. And then I just lose on bottom. Then Weekend, Artie, and Koczis do very good work completely flanking me. I was unaware that they had lost on the bottom actually, and then don't realize till I see these bows here from Artie that I'm completely surrounded. And at this point, on this map, I've seen it so many times on this map, this area right here, so many soldiers and armies just get crushed right here as they're just not able to escape through it. And the most interesting part of the map, perhaps, this little choke point right here. Completely surrounded, and Koczis doing a good job flanking from behind. My army is just completely demolished. I'm down to 0 soldiers now. And Toe really eager to do some damage after losing the army up there, but throws bows to towers, which is working. I mean, it's nice since bows are actually extremely cheap. As long as enemy bows aren't shooting at you, you can really charge towers with bows. But the enemy reinforcements are just too close and repel him very quickly. Let's see, Weekend has no damage done to his economy, really. And we have almost zero army. Toe lost his entire army, Tibi lost his entire army, I lost my entire army. And then, doing the clever thing, going to attack the alone player. So communication on our team was perfect on the first part, and then perfect execution from them. Our opponents attack. I request some help, but then TB sends bows only. More lack of communication. And then, you know, he sends his bows back. Because I tell him, hey, I don't need just bows, so he sends his bows back. Then at this point, my base, you can see, is definitely just done for. There's nothing I can do to defend myself. And Toll finally responds, sends his armies north, but it's too late. My base is already gone. I've taken a massive amount of damage, lost about 20 serfs. And TB here. Really lucky Koczis didn't notice it. But there's just not enough melee here, and the enemy's forces are too much. And the game ended a little premature. Actually, it lasted a little longer than this. I must have used an autosave to keep this replay. Yeah, you can see it ends at an even number. But anyway, that was the result here. Toe had the most soldiers produced, but no, he was also the only one who didn't make any horse, which is very important, I think. It's always good to have some horses, just to have speed. But yeah, after that first fight, it looked like a clear victory for myself, Toe, and TB. I had a kill-death ratio of almost about 60 lost and 180 defeated. But after I was completely surrounded, after that really ridiculous push by me, and the other team was able to have a comeback and win the game, which is probably really exciting for them. So really disappointing game after that first fight. And our communication was perfect, and then it just all fell apart after I went off on my own. But I hope it made for a at least somewhat enjoyable shoutcast. And we'll see you guys around for another one. Bye-bye.